Bugatti refused to sell Matt Armstrong a single part for this rebuild. Not one component. Not one bolt. Not one seal, bracket, pipe, or sensor. Every request was ignored or refused. Every email went unanswered. Every attempt to purchase through official channels was blocked. Bugatti's position was clear. Without their parts, this rebuild cannot happen. They were wrong. Every single part Bugatti refused to sell, Matt found an alternative for. And in almost every case, that alternative wasn't just cheaper than what Bugatti would have charged, it was better. Structurally better. Functionally better. In some cases, better in ways that Bugatti's own manufacturing process could never achieve. Today, we're going through every major component Bugatti refused to supply, exactly what Bugatti would have charged, exactly what Matt found instead, and exactly why the replacement is superior to the original. This is not a story about cutting corners. This is a story about what happens when a manufacturer refuses to cooperate and a skilled engineer is forced to think harder than the manufacturer ever did. Before we go through the parts, one pattern is worth establishing up front. Every time Bugatti refused a component, Matt found a replacement that was cheaper, and in almost every case, structurally or functionally superior to the original. That pattern repeats across every major component of this rebuild. It is not a coincidence. It is the result of what happens when you remove factory constraints and hand the problem to someone who actually has to solve it. The gearbox and engine mounting bracket started everything. The cast aluminium bracket that holds the engine and gearbox in position cracked under load during the accident. That crack caused the engine to shift forward, which triggered a chain of consequences that required the entire car to be separated at the middle just to access it. This single bracket was the reason the rebuild became what it became. Bugatti's replacement? The same cast aluminium design. The same internal voids in the casting. The same structural weakness that caused the original to fail in the first place, rebuilt back into a brand new part. What Matt did instead was hand it to Bob. Bob welded the fracture using preheated aluminium and the correct filler rod, restoring the original material integrity. Then, and this is the part that matters, he fabricated reinforcing ribs from cardboard templates and welded them directly into the casting voids. Those voids are an unavoidable consequence of the casting process Bugatti uses to manufacture the bracket at scale. Bob had no such constraint. He could do something Bugatti's production line is structurally incapable of doing: go inside the bracket and make it stronger than it ever was from the factory. The result: no internal voids. Additional rigidity added precisely where the original was weakest. A weld that is stronger than the surrounding cast material. Bugatti's version rebuilt the same weakness back in. Matt's version eliminated it entirely. Cost: Bob's time and materials versus 5 figures through official channels. Bugatti does not build custom exhausts. If you want the standard exhaust replaced on a Chiron, Bugatti will sell you another standard exhaust, identical to the one that came on the car. That is your only option through official channels. What Matt got instead was a one-of-one Valvetronic system, built in 2 weeks by an independent fabricator. The car was 3D scanned to produce the geometry. Custom flanges were CNC machined to match the original mounting points exactly. The system uses an X-pipe configuration, crossing the left and right exhaust banks before splitting to 6 individual outlets, a layout that has never existed on any Bugatti Chiron per sport anywhere. The secondary catalytic converters were removed to improve exhaust flow, while all primary catalysts and emission sensors were retained, keeping the car compliant. This exhaust moves more air than the original. It sounds different to anything Bugatti has ever offered. It was designed specifically around this car and this owner's brief. Bugatti could not have sold Matt this exhaust because it does not exist in their catalog. It never has. The only way to get it was to bypass Bugatti entirely and commission something built to a higher standard than anything they offered, because what they offered was nothing. The coolant overflow pipe is the simplest component on the list, and in some ways the most satisfying. When the engine shifted forward during the accident, it crushed a coolant overflow pipe, a small diameter metal pipe that routes coolant to the overflow reservoir. Crushed flat, completely unusable. Bugatti does not sell individual coolant pipes for the Chiron to independent owners. The part is not available through any channel Matt could access. What Matt used instead: a length of rubber fuel hose. Correct internal diameter. Correct pressure rating. Cut to length, fitted over the pipe ends, secured with 2 Jubilee clips. Cost: a few pounds. Time to fit: minutes. But here is the improvement, and it is a genuine one. The original metal pipe was crushed because metal pipe, under sufficient impact load, deforms permanently. It does not recover. The rubber hose replacement cannot be crushed the same way. Under load, it flexes. When the load is removed, it returns to its original shape. Bugatti's original design was crushable under exactly the kind of forces that occur in an accident. The replacement is not. A few pounds of rubber hose, bought off the shelf, is functionally superior to the original Bugatti component in the one scenario where it matters most. The structural titanium bolt has become the most talked about component of the entire rebuild, and for good reason. During reassembly, one of the 4 under-tray bolts was over-torqued using the wrong specification, because nobody on the team knew those 4 particular bolts were a different size to the others around them. The bolt snapped. Clean through. Titanium failure under incorrect load. Bugatti titanium fasteners for structural applications are not available to independent owners. Not listed in any parts catalog. Not sold through any official channel. The assumption embedded in Bugatti's support model is that if you need a structural fastener replaced on a Chiron, you go to Bugatti and you pay whatever Bugatti charges. Matt went to Amazon. Titanium M8, 1.25 mm thread pitch, 50 mm length. Correct grade for a structural application. Correct specification for that exact bolt position, verified before ordering, not assumed to match the surrounding fasteners. Arrived in 2 days. Came with a free sticker sheet. $11. The replacement bolt is actually better specified than the bolt it replaced. The original was assumed to match the others around it. The replacement was independently verified to be correct for its position. An $11 Amazon bolt, correctly sourced, is a more precisely specified fastener than the Bugatti original. And it came with stickers. The starter motor. This one changes how you think about everything else on this list. Matt didn't actually need to replace the starter motor. The original unit was functioning fine. But during reassembly, when the team were reconnecting the starter to the W16, someone checked the part number. Volkswagen. 1.9 TDI. The standard diesel starter motor used in millions of ordinary Volkswagen family cars shares its part number with the starter motor on the Bugatti Chiron. Same bolt pattern. Same electrical connector. Same component. If Matt had needed a replacement starter motor for a £3 million Bugatti Chiron, he could have walked into any motor factor in any town in Britain and bought one off the shelf. No Bugatti dealer. No official parts channel. No 5-figure invoice. Just a counter, a part number, and somewhere between 40 and 50 pounds. Bugatti's official replacement pricing for a starter motor isn't publicly listed, but manufacturers sourcing premium brand electrical components routinely price them at 5 to 10 times the cost of the base part, and the base part costs 50 pounds and is available everywhere. The component that cranks a 1,500 horsepower, quad-turbocharged W16 engine into life is the same component that starts a 105 horsepower diesel in a family saloon. Same part, same box, same counter at your local motor factor. 5 parts. Every one of them refused by Bugatti or unavailable through official channels. Every one of them sourced, fabricated, or engineered independently. And every one of them better than what Bugatti would have provided. A bracket bob made stronger than the factory ever did. An exhaust valvetronic built better than anything in the catalog. A rubber hose that cannot be crushed. An $11 bolt from Amazon. A 50-pound starter motor from any motor factor. All of them better than what Bugatti would have provided. All of them found, fabricated, or sourced without a single piece of cooperation from the manufacturer. The car runs. The parts list is complete. And the argument that this rebuild required Bugatti's involvement has been answered, component by component, with evidence that cannot be disputed. Tell me in the comments which part surprised you most. Because I think the starter motor changes how most people think about what a Bugatti actually is.